child of God, it's Jasmine and welcome back to my channel, Stay Classy by Jazzy. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. I'm really glad to have you here. Like I said, my name is Jasmine and I am a college student at Avila University, and I make lifestyle videos for the everyday college student. Today I'm actually going to be tackling a different type of topic that was inspired by a Pinterest pin because I live by Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest like basically every single day. I'm low-key addicted, but that's okay. And so I saw a pin and it was titled How to Fit God into Your Busy Schedule. And I was like, whoa, I've been dealing with that struggle. A lot of you guys are college students just like I am, and I know how it is. We are tackling so many things every single day, and so I understand, like, from a personal perspective, how busy we are as students and as young adults. I want to say this as a general statement, but also a statement that personally reflects how I feel right now, and it could apply to you, it could not. But I feel like when my life is really busy and my schedule is jam-packed, one of the first things that I tend to sacrifice, besides my sleep, which I really need to get better at it. But before I jump into the whole tips part, I want to change your mind a little bit. So I'm a psychology major, and so I love things that deal with the mind and just shifting your perspective of how you think. And so I watched a TED Talk about time management, which is another weakness of mine. Woo. In the TED Talk about time management, the woman who was speaking basically said, we are accustomed to saying the phrase, I don't have time for this, or I'm too busy to do that. And she's like, why don't you shift that phrase and say, instead of saying, I don't have time to do A, B, or C, this thing, A, B, or C, is not my priority. Wait for it. Now, I also decided to put God in the mix. I don't have time to spend with God because my schedule is really busy. It's almost like saying spending time with God is not a priority. And I was like, oh snap. And so I felt convicted and I felt like I should share this video. So now you're probably wondering, okay, so like how can I fit God into my schedule? Well, lucky for you, I have 6 tips to help you do that. All right, number 1 is to find a pocket of free time in your schedule. I want you to do something with me, okay? Basically, all that you need is something to write on and something to write with. And I want you to take a couple minutes and choose a day out of your weekly schedule and write down your typical schedule for that day. So go ahead and pause this video and I'll be waiting for you when you're done with that. So now you're done writing down your schedule, what you want to do is actually look at your schedule and see where are you dedicating all your time to. Is you dedicating your time to classes, organizations, spending time with friends, going to church, etc. And once you get an understanding with that, then you can see where do you have pockets of free time in the midst of everything that you have to do. For example, maybe you have an hour of free time in between a class. Well, you could use that for homework. That's a great way to use it. But if you're not using that time for homework and maybe you're just chilling out and relaxing, cool. I don't know what your schedule looks like, and maybe that's your specific time to debrief or de-stress. However, if you're not doing anything and you're like, I really want to spend time with God, got a flash flood warning. So if you're spending that time and you really don't have anything going on that time, but you really want to strengthen your relationship with God and spend time with Him, try using some of that hour to spend time with God. Now, say you are really busy during the day and maybe you don't have time to spend time with Him during the day. I would suggest, if you're a morning person, to get up maybe 15-20 minutes before your alarm actually goes off and spend that time doing whatever you need to do to spend time with God. Vice versa, if you are a night person and you're like, I'm really busy throughout the day and I like to sleep in the morning, but I'm active at night, try to spend 15 to 20 minutes before you go to bed and spend that time with God. All right, number 2, now that you know where you can fit time with God in your schedule, you're probably wondering, Jasmine, how do I spend time with God? First example is devotionals. And I use actually the Bible app. I'll put a picture right here. And I've had the Bible app on my phone for years, but I never really took advantage of it as a really specific tool that I can use to connect with God. And I just really like it. I think it's a really great modern way to dive into the word. It's more creative, it's more engaging, and plus it's really easy access because it's on your phone and it's mobile, so you can take it with you anywhere. All right, number 3, another way that you can spend time with God or connect with Him throughout your busy schedule is actually listening to worship music or a podcast. I discovered Whoa, That's Good Podcast by Sadie Robertson, and although I'm not a consistent listener because I need to listen more consistently, I do like what she stands for and what she talks about on her podcast. I think her last episode is about purpose and passion, and I think it's a really cool topic, especially trying to figure out your purpose as a Christian from God. Spending time with God, you can be direct by doing a devotional, but you can also listen to it too, which leads me to worship music. And I don't know about you guys, but I love listening to worship music, especially when I go to church. My favorite part is when the choir is singing. It's just like, especially when they sing your favorite song, you just like let it go. You just go all out. It's so good. And I love listening to worship music in the shower too, because I just sing my heart out even though I can't sing. It's so nice. It just gives me this indescribable sense of joy and feeling that I get whenever I listen to it. Listening to the word is just as beneficial as writing and reading the word, as you're just consuming it in another form. Music is just a fun medium to worship and celebrate God and all he's been doing in your life. So I think that's a very fun way for you to spend time with God. All right, number 4 is prayer. And this is probably one of my favorite ways to spend time with God and connect with him. Prayer is your way of communicating with God. And I pray all the time. It's all the time. I love praying in the shower, especially because it's just a great way to start off my day, praying over my day, praying over others, not just myself, and just get myself in the right positive mind space to get ready to do whatever I need to do for the day. I love praying before I go to bed at night, when I wake up in the morning. I pray over a test, a speech, whatever I do, I just pray. I pray when I'm in the car, like my grandma tells me, whenever you're driving, pray that you get to your destination and get back. And so I do that. I pray, and in prayer, it's so easy to do regardless if your schedule is super busy, because you could do it anytime, anywhere. Number 5 is journaling. I used to keep a gratitude journal in high school. I'm not consistent with it anymore. I need to start doing it again. But I started doing that because I wanted to pick out a good moment out of my day, regardless if it was a good day or if it was a bad day. No matter how bad my day is, something good always comes out of it, even if it doesn't feel like it. In addition to a gratitude journal, I've heard people do prayer journals. Now, I've never done this before, because I typically, when I pray, I just pray what's in my mind and it kind of stays in my mind, but maybe I should journal it so it won't all be in my mind and I don't feel stuck sometimes. But I've had some people tell me that they keep prayer journals. Basically, they write down what their prayers, each date, and it's a really cool tool, because say you pray about something and then 5 years later it comes to pass and you're like, oh, I prayed for that 5 years ago. It's happening. And I think it's really cool, because then you can see a tangible evidence of, like, God kept his promise. He promised me that this would happen, and I waited, even though it was painful to wait that long, and it happened. And number 6, last but certainly not least, is to attend church or even a Bible study group throughout the week. I always look forward to my Sundays, and yes, church takes up a big chunk of my time on Sundays, but I wouldn't want it any other way. It's my time to spend time with God and spending time with other people, which is really important, to be surrounded by other people who are growing in their faith as well, because you guys can keep each other accountable and inspire each other and share stories, and you're just growing constantly. In addition to church on Sundays, you know of a Bible study that's going on throughout the week. Try to schedule time throughout your week to do that Bible study. It's also a great tool for you to use, because you're spending time with a smaller group of people, especially if you're not a person who likes to go to big congregations of people. Maybe your church can be intimidating, and maybe you watch it online on Sundays instead of going to church. Understandable. But if you want more intimate and small interactions with people who are trying to grow in their faith, I believe a Bible study is great for that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I was really excited to film it. It's my 3rd time filming it, but I think this is the best one so far. I hope you guys got inspired by this video, getting some creative ways to spend time with God, because in my head I thought I had to spend time with God traditionally by reading the Bible, which is nothing wrong with that, but we got to remember there's so many other ways to spend time with him, and that spending time with him is also a way to connect. And so you can connect through music and podcasts, through Bible studies, through going to church, through journaling, to prayer, to so many other things. Comment down below what was your favorite tip that you want to implement into your schedule. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a nice little thumbs up so no, and let me know also down in the comments below. We're having a party, okay, basically. What other topic would you like me to talk about in a future video? But if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel below with the red subscribe button, so you can officially join the Classy Crew, which is the community that I'm building here on this channel. And while you're at it, go ahead and ring that little bell too right next to it, so you get notified exactly when I upload new content, which is on Saturdays in the evenings. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Saturday and a great start to the new week, and I will catch you back here next Saturday. Don't forget to stay classy, Classy Crew. Bye!